Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Christian Nationalist Podcast. Today is November 14th, 2022. We have a few things to talk about today, and as always, I am your host, founder, and president of the Christian Nationalist Party, Jeremiah Stamper I. Today's first news story takes us to New York City, where the revamping of their crime bill is leading to some very heinous results. One man caught with 50 pounds of fentanyl pills and heroin was released without bail. He is being charged with both a Class B and a Class A felony. The special prosecutor in charge of prosecuting him recommended a $100,000 cash bail or a $250,000 bond when he was arraigned. The judge completely ignored him and let this criminal go with no bail. To put this into perspective, ladies and gentlemen, each one of those pills is capable of killing an adult human who is not very tolerant already to opioids. And all of the pills were multicolored, meaning that this man was going after minors. It makes them more attractive to minors, makes them look like candy. So he had in his possession 50,000 pills, each one capable of killing a minor, killing a child, and even killing an adult. And he is released, free to roam the streets without bail. This isn't even counting the heroin he had in his possession. This is what happens when you allow Democrats to run cities. This is what happens when you go lax on crime, when you don't punish people that deserve punishment, when you don't hold people accountable for their actions. I mean, the long and the short of it is this is part of the consequence of every little kid gets a trophy when they participate. It's sad. It's destroying our society. We need to be tougher on crime. We have to be tougher on criminals. There's just no excuse for things like this. This man is probably back out there getting more fentanyl, getting more heroin, continuing to sell it to get some money for his legal defense. Nothing's going to be done about it. Even if he is convicted, I highly doubt he's going to be held accountable for his actions. I mean, if you're pushing drugs like that, you deserve capital punishment. Period. You deserve the death penalty if you are muling those kinds of drugs and at that amount into our country. Because of the amount of families, people, children that you are hurting and are killing with these drugs. I mean, the war on drugs wasn't the problem. It was the fact that we didn't take the war seriously enough. Okay, we can't be pardoning criminals. We can't be pardoning people for simple possession of marijuana, which isn't a thing. No one goes to federal prison just for possession. Those people went to federal prison because they committed a bunch of crimes while they had the marijuana in their possession. We need to double, if not triple down, our attacks on drugs. People like that should never see the light of day again unless it's for their execution. Period. President Trump was doing this quite well by closing down the borders where all of this crap is coming in from. I mean, it's certainly not coming through Canada. It's not coming through the Pacific Ocean. It's not coming through the Atlantic Ocean. It's coming through a bunch of tunnels and border jumpers working for cartels between Mexico and the US. We need to strengthen that border wall and clamp down hard on criminals here in the United States. Our second story for today. You're probably getting sick of me saying this. Voter fraud. In Michigan, voter turnout was insane. Insane to the point where it was obviously fraudulent. 6 precincts recorded 120% voter turnout. That means 100% of the registered voters showed up, and then 20% more past that showed up. No. To make it even worse, one precinct had a 721% turnout. over 7 times the amount of people who are supposed to vote voted. I don't care where you live. That's not going to happen. Even the 120% is not going to happen. That means that there were 7 times the amount of votes that should have been there. And the majority, by a large margin, are fake, are fraudulent, and should not be counted. But yet they were. And we wonder why, if you look at an election map, 95% of it's red. You can tell that people are sick and tired of communist, socialist, liberal, horrific policies, are now voting red, and yet they're not being counted. We aren't seeing people getting into office. That's why. Fraud. It gets even worse is that there's videos going around, one in particular that is very heinous, of people filling out blank ballots, ballot workers filling out fake ballots, one of which is right next to a uniformed officer who is doing absolutely nothing. They don't even care to hide this anymore. If you have a brain and a computer or a cell phone or even access to a newspaper, you have no excuse to believe that our elections are valid anymore. None. You have to either be willfully ignorant or stupid, or you're an ostrich because you're sticking your head so far in the sand you can't see anything. This was not a good election. Neither was 2020. The fact of the matter is, they're cheating whatever they want now. And then they throw the Republicans a few bones to say, oh, it was close. Oh, you got that majority. Or you almost have it. We can't do everything we want to do. It's fraud. It's fraud. It's fraud. It's fraud. And there's going to keep being fraud until enough of you get fed up and do something about it. I can sit here, I can rant and rave all day. I can give you the facts in the news all day, right? And I know probably at least half of you watching this are like, yeah, I agree with you. We need to do something. The other half of you are probably just getting some tinfoil to accuse me of being a tinfoil hat wearing person, but I don't care. At least here you're getting the truth, so you have no excuse anymore. You're going to be held accountable when that day comes because you knew. I'm telling you. But our only chance now is grassroots. Like I'm done with the Republican Party. I can tell you that for free. With the way Mitch McConnell is, with the way Romney is, with the way all the leadership is. Which leads me into our last story today, is the way everyone in that party is turning on Trump. Quite frankly, if you don't like Trump, who is a legitimate president of the US right now, he just is, whether you want to admit it or not, because of the way the 2020 election was. Trump is our legitimate president. If you don't like him, you're not a conservative. I don't care how many feathers that ruffles. I don't care if that hurts your feelings. The Republicans are not the conservatives anymore. Trump and the MAGA movement, those are the conservatives. Those are the people fighting for freedom, that are fighting to secure the border wall, that are fighting to stop illegal immigration and nullify most regular immigration that's killing us. They're the people that are fighting for American jobs, for American factories, for the American way of life. They're the people fighting for traditional marriage. Actually, I'm not even going to say traditional marriage. For marriage. 2 men getting together is not marriage. It's an abomination. 2 women getting together is not marriage. It's an abomination. Marriage is made by God, and it's 1 man and a woman. That's marriage. If it's anything else, guess what? You're not married, because that's not what marriage is. And outside of that, marriage is an institution that benefits society because it gives new life. Because that's how you're supposed to come together. And if you're using that institution in another way, unless it's simply impossible for you, such as someone having trouble, conceiving, you're a detriment to society. We know what Trump's going to do. We know if he gets back in office, he's going to fight to drain the swamp. He's going to try and get rid of the rhinos, the career corrupt politicians like Pelosi and Harris and the crew, whatever psycho Muslim socialist is in that now. I don't know. Some, but they're all crazy. And he's going to fight for you. He's going to fight for me. He's going to fight for our Second Amendment rights. He's going to fight to restore America to what it should be, what made it great, to what little bit of it is left, fight for. And we all need to be a part of that. The only way this is going to happen is grassroots. We need to meet in taverns. We need to meet in the beer halls. We need to meet in the town halls, in each other's homes. We have to spread the word. We have to get out there and just talk to people, post about it on Twitter, engage. Fuck the Republican Party. The Christian Nationalist Party supports Donald Trump. We need to create more parties that support Donald Trump, that support true patriots in this country. I'm not saying Trump is perfect. No one is. Only one person was perfect. That was Jesus Christ. And although he lives, he's not physically on this planet at the moment. He'll come back, but that's another talk for another time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to have a grassroots movement in this country to take back what is ours. Or our kids and our grandkids aren't going to have America. They'll have something called the United States of America, but it won't be America. Stand strong, patriots. Fight the good fight, run the good race. If you want to support us here, please like and subscribe. Subscriptions matter a lot, especially since we're so new. We need as many subscribers as we can get. That helps us out a ton here at the Christian Nationalist Party. Likes also help. Ring the notification bell. But please, more than anything, subscribe. I'm going to keep putting these out. I started putting out shorts, which you guys seem to love. One of them got 90 likes, or not likes, 90 views, compared to the about 10 views a lot of these videos get. So I'm going to keep putting those out as bonuses. Some little rants and raves and stuff for you guys. And I hope you guys like this unedited format. I mean, I know I really do, because it feels more real. It feels like, hey, we're sitting here talking. I mean, if I have super bad mess ups, I might do a little editing, as you've seen in like the first video and a little bit in the second. But I want these videos, even though they're news videos and I have like obviously stuff to cover, I want them to feel like we're just sitting here talking. I think that's part of the reason someone like Michael Knowles, if you haven't watched him on Daily Wire, go watch him. Super good MAGA Republican, or MAGA conservative. I need to stop saying MAGA Republican. Because it feels like you're just sitting there talking to each other. I don't want to use the word friend because that's creepy, because it's internet personalities. But it just feels like you're sitting there talking to an associate or something. Like you're just having a good conversation about the times and learning something from each other. Which, if you ever think I have something wrong or I need to add context, please drop it in the comment section. I do read every single comment. Okay, I might not respond to it, especially if you're one of those calling me a tin hat people, because I don't interact with trolls. Just to save myself. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm going to keep doing the shorts, like I said. And until next time, may God keep you and richly bless you. I'll see you all on the other side.